Jeff, I want to do an astronomy too. What telescope should I buy?
Well, my friend, you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to walk you through 3 kits that you can use to get started doing amateur astronomy. I've divided them by price range, not as a hard and fast rule, but just to give you a general idea of what you can and should get with your money. Let's get to it, Apes. Okay, so our first category is the $0 to $100 category. I know it sounds strange, but this is actually my favorite category because the leap from nothing to something is bigger than the leap from something to pretty much anything else. When I first started learning about astronomy, the discovery of the universe around me represented such an explosion of perspective to me that I spent nearly that entire semester in an almost constant state of euphoria, like every day I was learning about some new object in space or historical personality or space mission or other tidbits about the universe. And for me, as I came to behold the cosmos, it was such a profound and meaningful change for me that I've spent the intervening years trying to share that feeling with pretty much everybody who will listen, and culminating eventually in this YouTube channel. So in the $0 to $100 price range, what telescope should you buy? Well, my advice is don't buy a telescope. There are some small telescopes in that price range that are worth purchasing, but you are much, much better off spending your money differently. Instead of buying a mediocre small telescope that you're probably going to lose interest in relatively quickly, I strongly suggest spending your initial budget on things like astronomy books, magazines, star charts, and doing things like traveling to a local astronomy club and meeting amateur astronomers there. Look through their telescopes. Ask them what their recommendations are. And if you've got some money left over, buy a small pair of binoculars. My recommendation are between 7x35s and 10x50s. Those numbers refer to the sizes of the objective lens and the eyepiece lens. And those numbers will be printed on the binocular, they'll be on the box, everything like that. These are a pair of 8x40s, these are fine. So they have 40 millimeter objective lenses and 8 millimeter eyepiece lenses. Your job as a novice astronomer is not to buy the biggest telescope that you can afford. Your job is to learn about the universe. If you don't know what you're looking at or where to find it in the sky, then you are going to get frustrated trying to find your target and disappointed when you see it through a telescope. The truth is that most astronomical objects, besides the planets, are going to look like small gray blobs through all but the largest backyard telescopes. And that fuzzy gray blob isn't going to mean anything to you if all it is to you is a fuzzy gray blob. But when you understand exactly what it is that you're looking at, when you have an appreciation for how large it is, how far away it is, what it's made of, what it means, then I promise you that no picture from Hubble is ever going to compare to the feeling you get crouched over that little telescope staring at that little gray blob in the sky. The point of doing amateur astronomy and looking through an actual telescope is not to see these things in their biggest, most beautiful form. The internet is full of way more amazing pictures of all of these objects than you're ever likely to see through an actual telescope eyepiece lens. The reason to do this, the whole point of amateur astronomy, is to actually see these objects with your own eye. So, what I would recommend if you have between $0 and $100 to spend getting started doing amateur astronomy is that you invest that money in some astronomy books, some sky charts, and some astronomy magazines. The 2 principal ones being Sky and Telescope and Astronomy Magazine, both of which are really great. I actually have a copy of Astronomy here, latest and greatest. See, it's got Ultima Thule on the cover. Astronomy, the magazine, is geared more towards beginners, and it's great. It's got monthly sky charts and equipment reviews, interviews with principal scientists, and of course full of beautiful pictures. So highly recommend grabbing a subscription to one of those two. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell to get notifications for new videos, including the other 2 videos I'm going to be doing in this series. And please, especially if you know anybody else who might be interested in seeing videos like these, let them know about the channel. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you.